So I had a flight cancelled 5 hours before I was due to fly. That was Nice to London Gatwick. I was offered Nice to London Heathrow the following day, which I took. So there's 3 questions. Can I claim the taxi fare from Heathrow to Gatwick? Can I claim a loss of one night's earnings, because I lost one night's earnings? And then the more questionable one is, although on top of what compensation you may get, and I'm not one of these people that's always all about compensation, but on this time I really feel that I've been hung out to dry 5 hours before I was due to fly home, there were no hotels, and I had to sleep on the airport floor. So on top of what compensation I may get, even though I won't have a receipt for a hotel, could I then be cheeky and ask them, well, I had suffering because I was on the cold, hard floor in the airport, so I've suffered more.
OK, well, let's take these in order. First of all, a little bit of background, Ash, and I suspect you know this. The way that compensation works for delayed flights is that depending on the distance of the flight, and this is a very close flight, Nice to Gatwick, depending on the distance and the amount of the delay, you get set amounts of money ranging from about 200 quid to about 600 quid a person.
That's it.
You'll be at the lower end of this because yours was a short flight. I think you're about 400 from memory because it was a long delay. But that's it. That's the compensation you get. You can't get anything else to reflect taxi fares or loss of earnings or anything of that nature, I'm afraid. That's what insurance is there for. Did you have insurance by any chance?
Yeah, I've got travel insurance.
Travel insurance will probably cover that. Have you looked
for
at
the
that?
loss of earnings and the taxi?
Well, it depends on what the insurance policy covers.
So I'll look into that.
More expensive policies will cover that. A cheap as chips policy probably won't.
Yeah, okay, we'll go through that.
It's worth a look.
Yeah.
The third question, can you get extra compensation for sleeping on the airport floor? I mean, how horrible. No is the short answer. The longer answer is that the airline is obliged to find you accommodation. And I know you said that all the hotels were full. Well, maybe
they really were. I couldn't believe it.
Okay, maybe all the airport hotels were full, but then they should be looking for hotels in or around Nice for you. Even if it costs a little bit more money. And it's their job to find you accommodation. If they don't do that, you can bring a claim for the inconvenience and upset caused. But I wouldn't hold your breath for becoming magically rich all of a sudden.
That's the tricky thing, because they won't know whether you need because it was just a one-way flight with this certain company. How do they know? I could have been staying with friends, so they don't know whether I actually need a hotel.
Had you checked in?
Checked in the day before, yes, and then they cancelled it. Had you turned up?
Oh, I see.
No, we hadn't turned up to the airport, but in the end, I had to turn up to the airport because after 1.5 hours of
couldn't you speak to a representative of the airline at the airport?
Closed because we was there by 11:30 at night after walking around Nice.
Did you phone the airline's 24-hour number?
At the time, we just took the next flight that was available, so we knew that we could actually get home the next day.
I think that might be what kills a claim, Ash, because if you'd phoned the number and they'd said, we're not putting you up for the night, then you might have a claim there. But if you didn't call them and make contact to ask
and they didn't know.
They didn't know, exactly. So I'm sorry, Ash. I think that's a no for you.